Good evening. Hermit Bob here, coming to you from the office. Let's see, anything on the background that's weird? It's all weird. Oh, picture me holding our kitty our cat when she was just a little kitten. They're so innocent till they open up your wife's leg with one claw and send her to the wound center for 6 weeks. And she's done that twice, even though we're aware of it. But she wasn't really, she was just trying to play. Hey, mom, come back here. And wife was walking a little too fast, and guess what? We're getting ready to get another cat. It was either that or dog, and I just don't want. I'm not ready to go back to dogs yet because the last one was a big loss. But dogs are a lot of work, and since we've had a cat only, there's not too much work involved except driving the wife to the wound center. Anyway, what happened today? Oh, I watched the football game here. I'm not a real big football sports guy. I like college football. They seem to have more energy, and a lot of short guys can play that, and they really run fast. But anyway, Tampa Bay was playing the Atlanta Falcons, and they were winning the whole game until I think the last 4 or 5 minutes. And the whole time I'm watching, my wife, she'd come through the living room every once in a while and she'd say, "How are we doing?" I go, "We're doing great. We're winning." And then when it was done, she says, "How did we do?" I said, "Well, there's no we in it anymore. They lost." I'm about as loyal as a housefly. I don't know if they're loyal or not. I think they only have a short lifespan. Anyway, there's three teams in Florida: the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and the Buccaneers, and they're all about the same distance away from me. Well, actually, the Buccaneers are the closest to me. Jaguars are probably 3 hours one direction. Dolphins are 3 hours the other direction. So I guess I'm stuck with the Buccaneers. And they were wearing the very feminine uh, uniforms today. They called them the lollipops or the fruit. I can't remember, but they were like this orange sherbet, and it was kind of a nod to when they first started. However many years ago, that was their color because they had to show orange for the state of Florida raises oranges, grows oranges. It's famous for oranges. I think the uniforms did them in. They should have stuck with something more vicious looking. And what was the other thing? Um, Oh, I watched a great movie last night. Holy smokes. I love English mysteries. And Poirot was right at the very top of my English mysteries. And I watched the whole series over the years that one guy played in England. I can't, oops, don't kick the camera. I can't remember his name right now. But he was great at it. And I've seen other um, people play Poirot. Peter Ustinov, he's okay. It just seemed like he wasn't right for the part in my mind. And I've seen other versions of Poirot, but the worst was my junior college drama department. We put on the Mousetrap, and the teacher, for some reason, he's a great teacher. He taught me. I was directed 2 plays under him, and I thought that's something I never thought I could do. But he was very good. But he was the director of the quarter play, one new play a quarter, and they had the Mousetrap, and he gave the role to this guy that was really bad. The language, acting, everything about it, but he had memorized the script because he was in it in another school play at another school, and so he had played the part before. And I didn't even. That was before I really got into the Perot character, or watching him on TV. But he was just sad. But the guy that played it last night, I wrote it down. His name is Kenneth Branagh. Branagh. He was excellent. I really liked the guy that did the series and for the BBC. But this guy was just really just fit it perfectly. It was like a good spin on it. And Tina Fey was in it as being like a writer that I guess it was an Agatha Christie story, but she played a writer that used to interview Poirot and write books about him and stuff like that. But it was so good. It was haunting. It scared me. I can't believe a movie scared me. It was a haunting in Venice, and it was about Halloween in Venice, 1947, and in an old uh, mansion. They called it the same name as one of the hotels in Vegas. I can't remember, but it was very good. So if you ever catch that, it was on Prime. And let's see, they opened a new Aldi here. It used to be a Winn-Dixie, which was it's a grocery store chain in Florida or in the South, I guess. And it was good. And Winn-Dixie was pretty good. They had a really good bakery, and they had really good deals on meat and seafood and stuff, and it was great. But all of a sudden they closed, and then we read in the newspaper that Aldi was buying a lot of these Winn-Dixies to open up Aldis in them, and so they closed it. It's been closed for probably, I'd say, 8 months maybe, and it opened today for the public. And I love Aldi. We had to drive either 12 miles in north or 12 miles south to get to the nearest Aldi, and so I wouldn't get there that often. But this was right in the middle, very close to us, and it was kind of unique that I think not very many people in the area have gone to Aldi or knew about Aldi. And it was like they were telling them how to get the carts. You have to put a quarter in to get the cart, and then when you put the cart back, you get your quarter back, and things like that. But there was people wandering around there, really stuffy people, and there was one couple, and they were probably my age, but they're looking at the meats, and I don't know what meat they had, and the woman's going, "Oh, I'm not sure about that." It's very strange. He goes, "Well, it's what we usually get." And she looks at it, and she goes, "Okay, well, I guess we can get that." And he says, "It came from it's sourced in either Chile or Brazil or something like that. It's two South American countries that it could have come from." And she goes, "Oh, I'll throw it back. I don't want that." There's a lot of stuff. There's lamb comes from New Zealand. There's a lot of stuff that comes from all over the world. But Chilean sea bass is one of my favorites, and I've been buying a lot of the South American prime rib steaks. They're good. I mean, and the guy says, "Well, we don't want frozen food." No, it's not frozen. They buy it. They have these things called airplanes, and they can process the meat there and package it and send it to Aldi and have it there in like probably about 10 hours or something. I don't know. People are so crazy. Anyway, that was fun to watch the aristocrats melt down. But the place was packed, absolutely jammed, and I'm sure it's going to stay that way because Aldi's got, for me, it's got some of the freshest vegetables I've ever found in a supermarket, and it's certainly the freshest around here. And there's a public store right across the street from them, and that public store has terrible vegetables, but the Publix does everything else pretty good. They're kind of like a highbrow store. But so anyway, Aldi is excellent. I'm glad it's next door, and you can go back to sleep now. I'll see you later. Smoke them if you got them. That would be South American beef.